like button, man. YouTube be playing with our numbers. Come on, YouTube, y'all gotta stop it, man. Feel like I'm shadow banned or something. For real, we gotta get to it, man. So I'm gonna get right into it. So make sure that y'all hit that notification so y'all know when I'm up here. Also, man, I got a lovely guest with me right now. Been friends for 100 years, man. This is Miss Candace, and y'all gonna be seeing her doing some episodes when I'm not around. I can't make time to fit in because I got things to do. She have a lot on her mind. She's very intelligent. She write poetry, all of the above. So I need a person such as herself to take over some time and do some topics for me, man.
Absolutely.
So y'all stay tuned for that. So I want to introduce y'all to Miss Candace. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Boosie? Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Y'all can find me on social media, Facebook, Candace McMillan. That is my government given name, but also I do go by Mother Go. Mother Goddess is on Instagram.
Mhm.
Y'all can follow me up there, and we're glad to be here.
That's what's up. So we had a little topic going on, topic of discussion. I threw it on Instagram earlier today. Y'all can go to my Instagram at the real big boosie. Um, so it's been a lot of people talking about YNs and YNs. I don't even know who created the name YN, right?
Yeah.
So now it's a whole nother discussion. They're saying that the reason YNs are doing the things that they're doing now is because of single parent mothers. So I brought somebody here that can relate to that, that has a own everything, been holding her own for a long time, and single parent mother.
Yeah, so I mean, really understanding the nature of being a parent
Mm-hmm.
and not having a two-parent household,
Mm-hmm.
there is going to be some differences in the way your children are brought up,
Mm-hmm.
their mindset, the things that they're influenced by.
Right.
I have three kids, but my son, which is, you know, in that age bracket where they would be identified as a YN,
Mm-hmm.
he's 15, and I've done everything that I can in my power to keep him out of that dynamic and outside of that stereotype.
Right.
Um, I haven't had the male influence around him that would probably have been a detrimental piece in, raising him to follow the right path. So
Mm-hmm. There's
I'm gonna
certain things,
say,
man. There's certain
yeah,
things. I get it.
just not having a man around to instill certain things, that definitely makes it hard. So
Mm-hmm.
to some degree, yeah, of course, having just a woman raising a boy, we don't have the ability to make a man.
Right.
And I don't like it when females be like, oh, I can raise a man. No, you can raise him for sure,
Right.
but we're not men.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the capability to instill the characteristics that would be important, or the footprints of a man.
And sometimes it just takes a man's voice for a kid to hear it that just overpowers everything besides what a woman can do it. Man, just sit down. It's quicker to happen.
Absolutely, because
Just
my
that one
son,
simple
it
thing.
it seems like, and I don't know if this is just the thing with boys, but I'll say something and it'll go one through one ear and out the other. You know what I'm saying? My dad say the same thing, then he tighten up. Now it's almost like a light bulb went off in his head. I be looking at him. I just said that. I said the same thing, but like you said, it's just having that male voice. I don't know if it's the sternness in it or just that energy, recognizing it's a
I think it's that.
relatable energy
I think it's that.
that tightens them up, or they fall in line with that. So absolutely not having that male figure in the household with you, raising that boy up, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to, what I'm saying, be a lack thereof when it comes to having somebody, a voice that's going to be recognized as authority. So a lot of these
Mm-hmm.
boys are pretty much being raised not recognizing authority.
Yeah.
So now they out in the streets making their own authority.
Mm-hmm.
That YA culture,
Yes.
what I'm saying? They taking over. We run this, what I'm saying? They're not identifying, what I'm saying? That they, what is it? Almost like they make their own rules. They're not identifying that there are rules and regulations and things to follow
Right.
because they don't have nobody there to set the standard.
When they're not around the mother and even the parents, period. But if they live with just the mother, them not being around them and outside with their peers, they want to fit in. I know because I've done it. I've snuck out the house.
Peer pressure.
You know what I'm saying? But I had both my parents,
Yeah.
fortunately, but we still did the things as if we just had our mother. So I can understand
Yeah.
what one single mother will go through. It was two of us at the time. My other brother was younger, so we didn't really get to experience what me and my other brother was doing, sneaking out the house, playing hooky from school. Once that parent is not there, and we're around our peers, we want to show them that we can do the same thing that they can do. Because some parents don't even care what their kids do.
Facts of life. They just send them out the door. You
Yep,
know, you get out of my hair, get out of my face.
yep. And unfortunately, it's people like parents like mine that did care, but we want to fit in with the Joneses, and then we get caught up
Yeah.
with the ones that don't get in
Trying
trouble.
to fit in, exactly. Just
Facts.
that it's just that dynamic of wanting to be relatable, you know, because for whatever reason it was like a jokeable thing, or you get
Hmm.
chastised for hey, coming from a two-parent household, like, oh, you got your mama and your daddy. Like, how is that a bad thing? Like, the things that we should
Yeah,
have
that's
been proud
crazy.
about or have pride in were turned into negatives. When you go outside, it's like, oh, you hear people getting joked on because their mom packed their lunch. You
Yeah,
wish your mama packed
yeah,
your
right.
lunch.
You
You know
wish
what
you
I'm
had
saying? You
these
wish you had
services.
these things.
Yes.
You wish you had that type of, that love and that support system. But yeah, it's like people find a way to pervert the things that are actually good for you, that show that you come from structure.
Right, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Structure is really the key to it. And even when the parents give us structure, once again, we go outside of it, we come in and get that butt whoop. Now you can't even whoop your kids because they'll just call the police on
You
you
get
and you go
locked
to
up.
jail. So that's a big fault in
Yeah.
that YN stuff. And that's what I must do say. We just can't blame it on the mothers. We got to blame it on these laws that they have in our
The
society as
system,
well.
and people feeling like you can't discipline your children, or people telling you to what extent to discipline your
Right.
children. That whole gentle parenting thing does not work for everybody.
Not at
That's
all.
almost to say that it's one size fits all when it comes to parenting. And how can that be when everybody is made differently?
That's a fact.
Every child is different. Every child does not, respond to, whoopings the same way another child will respond to timeout. Like, so you
Hmm.
cannot sit and say that there's a one size fit all, or there's a book, a know how to parenting
Mm-mm.
101. It's really
Mm-mm.
not. You know what I'm saying?
Because
It's
all kids got different personalities, so
period.
their traits gonna be different with each parent. Even though you supposed to learn the traits of your kid growing up, sometimes they hide things. We won't let our moms know certain things, and we'll get mad about certain things unless she look at me and say something wrong. I can tell what's going on,
Yeah.
and if I tell her, then she can know how to relate to it later on. But sometimes kids hold stuff in.
I'm gonna tell you, my dad always told me, he was like, I'm consistently learning.
Hmm.
As your daddy, I am still learning you. And I'm in my 30s and my dad is having that conversation with me. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, it's never to a point where we should feel like we know it all, or, we got it all figured out with our kids, because the same way they are still learning, we're going to have to learn with their learning. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? How to handle them differently as they go through different milestones and different places that in
Yes.
their life. We have to, adjust to that and
Yes.
understand that they're not the same. And a lot of times parents act like their child, that they can still treat their child like this little young child, but you cannot do that because they're evolving, they're maturing, and you have to start giving them those respects as they are maturing as
Right,
well.
right. So yeah, so you have to grow as they grow also
Exactly.
mentally with them.
Exactly.
And some mothers now, I know some mothers, they don't like people to actually discipline their kids, not with hands, with just even words. Like I say, I know somebody told me that her niece came out the house and their grandmother, their grandmother, not the niece, this is the great grandmother to the niece, walks
Right.
out the house and didn't say nothing to the grandmother. She looked at her like, "You didn't say nothing to your grandmama?" She's like, and the mother jumps in and said, "Well, she's just getting up, and defended
Excusing
her."
her.
You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't do stuff like that because that's the right thing to do. The grandmother's there. Your kid go get up and walk past the matriarch of the family and act like it's just brushed off. If you up, you up. You see somebody, it's just a respect factor. So
I
now,
think this is probably one of the most disrespectful, what I'm saying, generations of children
woof.
in an entirety because, like you said, you're bypassing the respect factor there. Now, of course, we were taught you respect your elders. We also was taught when it's adults talking in the room, you get up on out of there. And now kids want to be in your conversation. They want to put their input in. And like you said, we as an adult, we're supposed to be the ones to correct them and check them. But a lot of us are not doing that. We're allowing them to be in the role of an adult, be in the room while adults are speaking. You know what I'm saying? So how are they going to learn if we're not the one that's setting the tone?
And that's the problem, I guess, at hand, what the people are talking about right now. So some, and it's not all, because I know some women that raise some good young men. You know what I'm saying? Some of my friends, for example, doing good. You know what I'm saying? And they were single parent mothers, but it wasn't easy for them.
Absolutely.
But it's definitely hard. But certain things they got to be stern with these sons, man, and don't.
No, parents want to be their friends.
Yeah,
they don't want to be parents. They want to be their best friends.
That's another thing.
I'll say this. Even though I started off being a parent at a young age, my first child I had as a teenager, I still have old school ways about me. I am your friend for sure, but I am your parent for sure.
Facts.
I don't play that. We not don't talk to me like I'm one of your friends. I have rules and I don't care if your friends do not. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care nothing about that. Like it's again that just your upbringing most has a lot of input in how you parent, but just understanding, through it, your personal experiences, like, okay, I was able to do these things and I was off the chain. I don't want my child to take those same steps. So I have to be strong enough in my authority to say, yeah, I did that, but you're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was able to do those things, but, I saw the error in that and I saw how that affected me in a negative way. So me as your parent, I'm going to tell you, no, that ain't happening.
Yeah, I want you to be better than me.
Absolutely.
So you ain't gonna do what I was doing.
Absolutely.
And I definitely could say I got plenty of ass whoopings. Me and my brothers. And mom didn't play and pops ain't play. And I ain't turned out bad.
I pushed the envelope. I broke a lot of rules. You know what I'm saying? But it was repercussions from it for sure, right. And lessons learned.
Facts. And great choice of words. I pushed the envelope and I broke a lot of rules, but that butt got whooped, and I still go out and do something again. You know what I'm saying? Until I got a certain age, my mom said, I got tired of whooping your butts, man.
Ain't that the line? I'm tired of beating you. I'm tired of that. Yeah.
Facts.
And then, like you said, just once you settle in to understand that there are lessons in these things, then you realize, you know what I'm saying? Well, ain't no reason for me to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta let them learn, you know what I'm saying? So it's not beneficial to them to shelter them or keep them from learning these experiences. We gotta let them learn. We gotta let them have the experience, but we also gotta be that voice that let them know, yeah, you went through that, and to keep you from being able to from going through that again, this is what you should do better the next time. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I do see a lot of moms, that be trying to shelter their kids from the reality of the world.
Right.
That's not beneficial either.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You gotta let them live right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these kids literally be walking around without any kind of awareness of the world. Like they act like it is rainbows.
Be ready to go and see what my mom or father was holding me back from. And now they go over there and really don't know how to relate to it and get either in trouble or pregnant or getting somebody pregnant, all of the above, instead of still ease them into certain things. Don't hide them from it, man.
Yeah, can't hide them from the world. You know what I'm saying? You can't be overly gentle because the world is not gentle. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. The world will hurt you. I'm gonna love you. I might spank your butt, but you go outside, somebody else might spank you the other kind of way. And you can't come back home to me. Yeah. I can spank your butt. You gonna come back home to me, and after it wear off, you gonna still love me.
Yeah. One of the hardest things I'm gonna say for me being a single mom is understanding that balance between being the disciplinarian and also being, what I'm saying, the nurturer, the care, and all those things. Because it's just me, it's like, especially with my son, because I got a son and two daughters. It's just like, I in the beginning it was like, I didn't want to be the disciplinarian. I just wanted to, let him get whatever, let he do whatever, love him,
Mm-hmm.
hug him and stuff, because I didn't want him to ever feel that there was a lack of love because he wasn't getting it,
Right.
from other places. I didn't want him to feel like, there was any lack there. But, it was just like, nah, you gotta understand, you gotta figure out the balance there, because if he's getting away with everything now and that
Yeah.
never changed, he's going to feel like when he go outside, it's the same way.
Yep.
And as a young black man, unfortunately, it is like this. You don't get chances to fuck up and do things like
Not
that. You know
outside.
what I'm saying? Not outside, they gonna spank you for sure.
Yes.
So,
That's
I
a
had
fact.
to learn that, I have to be able to discipline him and love him at the same time.
No doubt. Well, that's a good lesson, and those are great choice of words. So y'all could drop some comments and all that because what she said make a whole lot of sense, and y'all heard it from a single female that's a parent to a boy. And now y'all can give me your opinion on how y'all feel parenting should be. And these type of conversations are gonna need to be had more often because the stuff she's saying now, I'm sure later on she's gonna think about it again and more stuff to add to it. Because we can go on and on for days about this type of conversation.
I want to
And
add to
yes,
something too.
please do.
It takes a village. Like when you said, some people don't want their children to be disciplined by others. There's a line between what I'm saying, assaulting or what I'm saying, going above the line with discipline with another person's child. But having a voice speaking up when you see someone's child doing something they ain't got no business doing, you
Mm-hmm.
say something. Even if you don't feel comfortable saying something to the child in that moment, you figure out who their parent is, you say something because
Mm-hmm.
it takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
It is not, oh, well, that's not my kid. I don't care. I've had so many conversations and dialogues with people like, oh, yeah, well, my kid ain't doing it. But your kid is in the company of the kid that's doing it.
Right.
So if you
That's
feel like it's
dangerous.
okay, it's what?
Yes.
So you feel like it's okay because that's not your child, you know what I'm saying? And your kid is over there involved in it, just how the system works. You're guilty by association.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So understand that it takes a village. It takes your voice. And if you see my child, any of my three doing something they ain't got no business, if you don't feel comfortable correcting them, make sure you come to me because I don't play.
Facts.
I don't
Facts.
play about mine.
That was a great concept right there because a person, just for instance, we hanging out together. You walk outside, and get mad on the phone, arguing anything, or walk outside, rob somebody. I don't know what you're doing. He out there robbing something for fun. And when I come on, I just rob somebody. What you mean? I was in the store. Yeah, yeah, I seen it. I had to get it real quick. Now I leave with you, get in the car. They don't want to hear none of that. I didn't
Nothing.
know.
You didn't know. As far as they concerned, you lying. You was a part of the plot, and you was
Going
in the
down.
getaway car. You going down
Going
with them.
down. And
Facts.
that's a great example that parents need to know to check your kids when they around certain people that do certain things. But what she was saying is check the other kid when you see them doing something wrong and or call the parent. That's it.
Because the reality is, these kids, you don't know how kids are raised in certain households. They just might not know. It might
Mm-hmm.
not be that they've been being told and they're just being defiant or they're just being a bad kid. I don't even believe in that. But, I just believe that sometimes they just don't know because they haven't had that directive.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has even said nothing to them for them to know what they're doing is flawed. So it's not really your job to, make them drink, but lead them to water, plant the seed.
Facts.
Plant the seed.
Facts. Facts. So yeah, y'all heard it from somebody that knows exactly what she's talking about because she's living that life right now as we speak, man. So y'all make sure y'all share this, man. Share this. And I want to get into something else right now. I had the pleasure of being a part of a movie called The Wrong Number, shot by my boy Terry D. Wrote by him as well. And I do a lot of executive work. I was actually doing a little bit of casting, and we needed somebody for a role, and they called me last minute for this one, and I'm gathering around. Who can I call? Who can I call? I made about two, three calls. They couldn't make it. Long story short, I called her, and she was like, "What? I'm working right now. I'm busy. I don't know. Give me a minute. Let me call you right back." Mind you, I know her for a long time. hang out. We see each other's always love wherever we see each other. But I remember she used to be working at where you was at, the little gambling spot and all
Dubai
that.
Live, I worked at, and then
I used to go there, see her, hang out with her sometime, and always show me love. But this particular time, I ain't seen her in a while, but we see each other online, and we
social
like
media
each other,
presence, yeah.
yep, and we. But she said, I'm gonna call you back.
I'm gonna tell y'all, it took me about 30 minutes to figure out a will and a way.
30 minutes. She called me back. She was like, I'm getting ready to make it happen. I'm like, yeah, I got a part for you. And I didn't know how big the part was. She didn't even know how big the part was. But that just shows a person of ambition that's want to be, do things towards future movement. Like I said, she's talented in poetry and all, other things. So I didn't even know she could really act. But as I see her with certain things when she on social media, I could sense presence of actress in her. So that's what made me pick her. And mind you, it was what, an hour away you had to go?
Yeah, it was about an hour.
She had to drive an hour away, all of the above, with working two. Was you working two jobs at the time?
Not at the time. It was only one. But the thing about it, it was literally overnight, y'all. He making it seem like I had time. Like, nah, it was he called me, tell me about the role.
Facts.
I'm like, okay, give me a minute, 30 minutes. I say, yeah, I do it. I'm like, when you need me there, he was like, tomorrow morning. I'm like, oh my God. But he made that happen. I pretty much, I lined everything up. Like I said, I'm a single mom, so now I have to make sure my kids are straight. I got to make sure my affairs is in order. But like you said, it was an opportunity that was presented to me. I had never done a movie before, but I was interested in it. I'm a creator, I'm an artist, and I like to express myself in multiple different ways. And this was an opportunity for me to do something that I had never done before that would put me out there. So, I jumped at that opportunity. When I got there, no lie, I wasn't even there but 10, 15 minutes on set, and it was like, yeah, it's time for you to go ahead and shoot your first part. And I was like, what? I'm sitting there like, okay, but I've never really been camera shy. I also do like Caribbean Day parades, so I'm used to being in front of people. I'm used to being in front of crowds and stuff like that. So it was never a point of being camera shy. It was just the unknown, not never being in a situation before where it was like
put in front of a situation that fast.
And then the first scene that I do is, me being dead. That's crazy.
Well, they had you shoot the unalive scene?
The unalive scene, excuse me, yeah. The unalive scene was the very first scene that I shot. So I'm like, okay, they was like, yeah, we need you lay out, whoopty whoop. I'm like, okay. And so after I shot it, it was like, you sure you ain't never done no acting before? I was like, yeah.
I thought they did that one last. I said, oh,
that was the first.
The way you did that scene, it was like you already, now you in your groove because you shot a few other scenes before. I didn't know that.
That was the first scene. The unalive scene was the first scene, and I was just like, how am I supposed to do it? And then I was like, all right, well, let me do it with my eyes open. They shot it with my eyes closed and they shot with my eyes open. It was like, you know what? Your eyes open look scary a little bit. It looked real. So we gonna go with the eyes open part.
Man.
Yeah.
Woo.
It was like that being my first scene shooting. Mm-hmm. And it probably a couple of different actors say that's probably their hardest thing to ever, do. They kind of it was the icebreaker. I was comfortable at that point. Right. At that point, it's like, okay, if I can do that, the talking part is nothing. That's really how I got into that. My role is Chrissy. I'm the receptionist for the main character, and the main character's wife. So if y'all haven't seen Wrong Number, it's now streaming on Tubi.
Big facts.
Y'all need to get into that.
Big facts.
Y'all will be seeing me in more movies. Like I said, that was an icebreaker for me, and just having that opportunity put me in a space where it's like, yeah, I can get into that.
Well, she made me look real good sending her down there. I didn't even have to go down there with her. She didn't have to do nothing. She drove down there by herself.
By myself, and then it was in the middle of a snowstorm. It snowed literally the next day.
Yep.
But that's what happens when you got your mindset.
And when your mindset, and these are how stars are born. They go through the adversity to get to where they need to get to. She didn't ask for what I'm getting paid. Do I get this? Do I get that? I told her it's gonna be a pay, but get on down there so we can get you in. Cause we shooting 10 movies.
And I looked at that as a blessing too. Y'all gotta understand, everybody don't get paid in their first role. So a lot of people that go to be in movies are just doing it for the visibility. So the fact that I was offered for, you know what I'm saying, my first role and I got payment for it. I felt like that was a win all in itself, regardless of what the amount was. I'm getting paid to be a first time feature in a movie. Let me do that.
No doubt. That's see, and that's how you got to think, man. You don't got to do everything for money because it's always a issue set up. Even when these restaurants open up their restaurants, they give out free samples. So she went in there and gave out samples of her acting, and now they already talking about putting her in other roles. So that's a blessing. This is how it starts, man.
Yeah.
And she made me look good, so that's a good thing. And I picked her
Made it
out
look
of.
great.
Oh, that's a fact. Whatever you want to call it. And
All facts.
I picked her out of just watching her social media. Like she said, she did the Caribbean parade, so I seen the charisma in that, and just little things that she do and say. And I'm like, she gotta be. Let me call her. And my guess was right, because when y'all see this, y'all gonna understand, and y'all gotta go watch the full movie so y'all can really see her acting ability. And y'all not it. Y'all gonna say, man, she been acting. She up here telling a fib right now, man.
Never before. This is my first role ever. First role won't be my last.
Time 1818 says, hold on. Street knowledge with the wisdom. Chat family, have a blessed day, productive Thursdays. Same to you, homie. It's truly the love that should keep you inspired. Facts and truly winning. I mean, wanting to be the best you can. That's a fact. That's what she's doing right now, man. She making noise. And like I said, she made me proud of her, man. That was in this movie, the whole movie, because I casted a few other people in there. We did a few other things, but I just wanted y'all to hear her story because she wasn't just getting beside herself, wasn't worried about no money. She just jumped to it and had to get everything together. And I just want y'all to know these are the reasons how stars are born. A lot of people come to me all the time, yo, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? Sometimes I say, all right, I got you. What you want to do? How you want to do it? Then I don't hear from them. Some people say I'm gonna put my album out. The album never come out. Some people put out an album but never promote it, don't do all the right proper channels. So she followed all the proper channels, and now y'all about to see her in a bunch of other stuff. Now I'm gonna let y'all see some of her scenes from the movie itself. So y'all get to check it out right now. Y'all can go to Tubi. This is her right here, y'all. Mm-mm-mm.
Hello, thank you for calling HSC. How can I help you?
Yeah, who's this?
Well, my name is Christy. I'm a receptionist.
Oh, what time does Timmy Byers leave?
Well, the office usually closes at 5, but I think Miss Byers is going to be leaving around 6 p.m.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
So, I mean, you got everything you need. You got a name, you know where she worked, you got the address, and your business. I go with you, but you know I gotta get Danny.
Y'all gotta get the Tubi, y'all. It's the wrong number.
Tia,
That's it up at the top.
I'm doing the right thing. Dana, you got this. Come on. Yeah. Okay? I got this. Right. Right. Thanks, Tia. Girl, and my name.
And that's my girl Daya.
Shout out to Anaya. This is her first film, and she did that.
Yep, this is her first film right there in the pink. And here we go with Candace again, y'all.
Hey, Tammy.
Hi.
Is it all right if I leave a little bit early? I have to take my mother to an appointment, so I have to be out of here by 5 p.m.
Sure. Is everything okay?
Well, yeah, she's just having some car trouble. It's okay.
Everyone is having car trouble here lately. My car's still at the mechanic. Girl, I have to take the bus home today. But sure, that's fine.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Hmm. There y'all have it. Y'all gotta go and check it out, man. Y'all gotta go hit Tubi up, get the wrong number.
There's a lot of, plot twists in there.
Yes.
Watching it, it's like you really don't know how it's going to end or what the storyline is. So I'm very proud of it for it to be my first project for sure. Like I said, this is my first, not going to be my last. But yeah, get into a wrong number on Tubi is streaming now.
Definitely ain't gonna be your last. Nah. I'm the manager now.
Not to say that it's not a benefit to do pro bono, just to be a part of projects, but also know your worth as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to make sure that if you are new to this or this is something that you have been wanting to do, just make sure that the people that you're dealing with are quality people, the projects are quality work. Because this being my first, it was quality. I'm on Tubi. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I made my first part that was the best decision that I could have made. So I shout out to Lucy for putting me on.
And guess what? It's a blessing because now, like she said, don't gotta do nothing for money all the time. Now people see her acting ability in this first movie, which they ain't gonna believe it's her first movie. Now the numbers go up. That paper going up now.
Period.
That money going up now. The next one now, let's get to it. But that's how it is. You set yourself up to blow up. And that's all she did, man. So yeah, I wanna thank you for holding me down with last minute stuff, man.
Absolutely.
So one hand wash the other, and now they're gonna keep calling me, and my paycheck gonna go up. Make sure I keep getting quality people like her. That's it, man. So yeah, man, I had to bring this to y'all, man. I want to thank Candace for coming. She even had to come for about 30 minutes to come hang out with me just to do this. It's always a blessing when you can get your peoples to come through and we support each other, man. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Definitely.
That's what Street Knowledge is about. Y'all will be seeing more of her. She's gonna be taking over the set sometime, and y'all show her some love.
Make sure y'all send Lucy topics and things that y'all want to discuss, even if it's not necessarily topics that you feel like he would have insight on. If it's more female oriented or something like that, make sure y'all send it to him and we can talk about it.
Big facts. And that's how we'll do that. And tell them your social media again so they can tell you and hit you in there.
Absolutely. So on Facebook, you can find me under Candace McMillan. I'll make sure you put that in the stream down there. And on Instagram, you can find me under Mother MOVA DA Goddess GODDESS on Instagram.
Y'all hit her up, tell her what's up, Street Knowledge representative, and let her know some topics that y'all want to talk about, that y'all want to discuss. Don't be in there flirting, fellas. We ain't with
Please
all
don't.
that.
This ain't that.
Yeah, this ain't for none
But
of that.
it's business, you know what I'm saying? You talk to me about that. I listen to that.
And that's it. One more thing. She is on the soundtrack. Empire just contacted me back. We got everything together. The soundtrack will be dropping, so y'all gonna see her other talent. She have a song on the soundtrack, which she's gonna be having a video for it.
That's the intro to myself. The name of it is Mother. They call me Mother. That is what you would call me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Respect the name.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, I'm excited.
That's how it goes, man. Your boy Big Boosie, man. Street Knowledge Podcast. Y'all know what it is. If you're new up here, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. YouTube is playing with our money. Come on, YouTube. You gotta stop it, man. You gotta stop it. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check out the movie, The Wrong Number. You'll see Candace and a whole bunch of other new actors and actresses up there in the movie. It's a good plot twist to it. And shout out to my bro Terry D Films. It's go time, man. I'll see y'all in a